Hello students, welcome to the physics class. Today we will learn about Ohm's law. To understand Ohm's law, let's take the same example where the two beakers are connected with a pipe, and when the beaker B is raised to some height, the water flows from beaker B to beaker A. Now if you understand this simple example, you will easily understand Ohm's law. So tell me, what was the driving factor that makes the water to flow from beaker B to beaker A? Yes, it was height difference. So if I increase the height of beaker B to some more extent, what change will be there? The flow of water will be faster. So we can say that the flow of water is directly proportional to the difference in the height. Secondly, if we talk about the thickness of the pipe, so if I reduce the thickness of the pipe, what change will be there? The flow of water will be faster. So yes, the flow of water is inversely proportional to the thickness of the pipe. If the thickness of the pipe is increased, the flow of water will reduce. So on combining these equations, we will get F is equals to H upon T. Now why am I telling you this example? Because this is analogous to Ohm's law, which states that I is equals to V upon R, where F is analogous to I, height difference is analogous to potential difference, and thickness is analogous to resistance. So Ohm's law states that the current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference and inversely proportional to the resistance, which means more the potential difference across the ends of the circuit, the more will be the current, and more the resistance across the ends of the circuit, the lesser will be the current flowing through it. Let's understand Ohm's law by an activity. So for this, we will need a nichrome wire, a voltmeter, an ammeter, and electric cells of a potential difference of around 1 to 1.5 volt. So for this we need an electric circuit having an electric cell, a nichrome wire which is also a resistance wire, ammeter connected in series, and voltmeter connected in parallel. Now after taking the circuit, let's note down the readings of the ammeter and voltmeter by changing the number of cells. So in the first case, by installing only one cell across the circuit, we'll note down the reading of ammeter and voltmeter as I1 and V1. In the second case, we'll connect two cells across the circuit and note down the readings of ammeter and voltmeter as I2 and V2. As you know, ammeter measures current and voltmeter measures potential difference. In the third case, we will connect three cells across the circuit and then we will measure the current and the potential difference as I3 and V3. So we will observe that when the number of cells increases, the potential difference as well as the current also increases. So this increment in the current and potential difference is proportional. To understand, we will take the ratio of potential difference and current, and that in all the three cases we will observe that the ratio of potential difference over current is equal, which means that potential difference is proportional to the current, and this equation was discovered by the German physicist Georg Siemens Ohm. He says that potential difference is directly proportional to the current, and this is Ohm's law. Now if the potential difference is directly proportional to current, V upon I is equals to constant, and that constant is nothing but resistance. Now what is resistance? Resistance is the property of the conductor that obstructs the flow of current through it. We will understand about resistance in a more detailed way in the next video. Till then, thank you and have a good day.